Well, how about that? It's my Reddit cake day. I think I will use the time to take a look at the INFJ subreddit and maybe create some video responses. So join me if you will. Let's take a look. Ooh, ooh, no, we need to go to the good one. That's the good one. Alright, should I just go down the top? Let's do one in new. Let's look for one that's good. As a clearly introverted INFJ, how can I better relate to sensors? Ooh, that's interesting. Let's shrink that down a little bit so we can read that. All my life I've been really bad about this. I like talking to people about their feelings and the world at large, but most of the sensors I meet want to start with small talk, understandably. How do I get better at meeting them where they are? I find I get so in my head trying to think of questions or comments that I get pardon me. I get visibly nervous and nobody has any fun. My brain just doesn't naturally gravitate there. How can I adjust without driving myself crazy? Ooh. Well, phototropism. That's an interesting question. Actually, there's a few questions there. The first question you asked was, how do I get better at meeting them where they are? So it probably depends on where you are meeting these people. So if you just say that, like, these are people, but they're sensors. So are you meeting these people at work? Are you meeting these people at social gatherings, like parties? Are you meeting these people at meetups or something like that? So it really depends on the context of where you're meeting somebody that will dictate kind of what you can talk about. And I think people tend to go to general, let's talk about the weather kind of stuff. But what you could probably do is talk about things related to the context of why you're there. So if it's a party, maybe you can talk about some of the friends that you have at the party, or you can talk about what's going on. If it's work, you could talk about work, or you could talk about projects you're working on or something like that. And if it's at a meetup, you could talk about whatever the focus of the meetup is. So maybe think about the context of why you're there and use that as a springboard to have a conversation that's kind of more meaningful. The other thing I've noticed that extroverted intuitives, especially like ENTPs, do is they can take something that's kind of normal conversation and start to move it into an abnormal direction, which is kind of fun and interesting. So maybe practice working on your extroverted intuition to try to come up with ideas on the spot about where you can take the conversation that's a lot more interesting. That way you can be engaged. And then you asked, how can I adjust without driving myself crazy? Well, don't drive yourself crazy. Don't overthink it necessarily. I mean, it is something that is helpful to your life to kind of figure out. But my approach, take it or leave it, is to limit my interactions with people to some degree so that when I'm interacting with people, I can know that these are going to be more meaningful interactions that I can focus a lot more energy and effort into and provide a good conversation. So I hope that helps phototropism, and stay tuned for a few more videos I'm going to make that are definitely not going to have my phone on. I'm going to turn my phone off. This is just a warm-up round. Let's jump into a few more videos. Thanks for watching. Check out typologygifts.com if you'd like to pick out a gift for someone or yourself based on personality type. And I'll see you in the next video.